Hi, everyone. It was another pretty good looking day, right? Sunny skies made a return today. Temps in the upper 30s for a lot of towns. Winds really weren't much of an issue. Things are going to start to change tomorrow. We're tracking some of the wind making a return. Look for gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. In fact, there's a wind advisory out for tomorrow. Maybe some scattered outages. If this was a setup with 30 to 40 mile per hour winds just maybe 2 months ago with leaves on the trees, I think we would see more in the way of some power outages. But I don't think it's a really big deal tomorrow. There could be some scattered outages, something to be mindful of, especially central Maine and over eastern areas over toward Penobscot Bay and the mountains as well. The bigger story after that will be our next storm system, and that will be Friday into Saturday. We're starting to get a good idea of how this is going to go down. We're still pretty far out, though. It looks like many areas at the coastline will have some of the snowfall totals held down due to some rain, and we're starting to feel better about some rainfall at the coastline, while the mountains stand our greatest chance for maybe getting a foot of snow out of this one. Hope everyone's having a nice night. We have a little bit of weather to talk about. I have a little more time tonight to go through what's happening. So let's waste no time and take a look at our time lapse today. This is our Old Orchard Beach time lapse. Notice some of those clouds and the increase pretty late in the day there. Overall, we have some more clouds trying to move in tonight, and that will also produce a few snow showers. We're seeing some of those in the mountains right now. I want to share with you the winds tomorrow. This is the big story tomorrow. Notice eastern areas, especially from central Maine and eastern parts of Maine, Penobscot Bay area. These areas stand the greatest chance for getting gusts over 40 miles per hour. I think we're probably talking 30 to maybe 35 miles per hour over eastern, western parts of the area. So the farther east you go, the stronger the winds are going to be. That's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. In fact, there is a wind advisory out. There's your wind advisory issued by the Weather Service that goes into effect at 4 a.m. and extends through 4 p.m. That does not include York County. It includes every other county in the state of Maine, though. So tomorrow is going to be a little gusty. I don't think it's going to be a widespread power outage situation, but it's a little bit windy tomorrow. I think we can handle it. And the latest view of the Doppler, we're seeing some heavy bursts of snow. There's one actually in Oxford County. Let's get a little bit closer on that one. This one looks pretty impressive right now. Let's get a little bit closer on this heavy burst of snow moving right across Route 2. So I'd love to get a report from, looks like somewhere between Rumford and the Bethel area, maybe Rumford Center perhaps, going up into the Newry area. Sunday River's in that spot right there. Pretty decent slug of snow is occurring there right now. That is not a snow event. See that right there? And neither is this, and neither is this. I wonder if anyone knows what those are. Those are wind farms. So the wind farms, the blades on the turbines actually agitate the air just enough that it shows up on the radar. I always think that's pretty cool when you see that in the radar. But in addition to wind farms, we're also seeing snow showers out there tonight. Let's widen things out here. There's actually a few features we should probably highlight for you. There's a big storm off to our east. The area of low pressure out here is a little disturbance that will be swinging through tomorrow. So you might get a few snow showers late in the day tomorrow. Bigger story is the wind. The bigger story than all of that is an area of low pressure getting organized, going up into the central and northern plains. See that big comma thing right there? That is a storm that is becoming quite powerful. We're actually seeing some severe weather down in the deep south and the southern plains today. Now, we are going to get a storm that originates from this parent storm for Friday, Saturday. This area of low pressure is going up into the Great Lakes like that. We're going to see a second area of low pressure develop out in here, out into the Chesapeake Bay region. This is my, that's horrible artistry, isn't it? Wow, it's like my John Madden version of weather here. Remember John Madden? He'd say, we have a blocker here, we have a blocker here, and he'd have all the X's and O's. I always enjoyed that as a kid. Him and Pat Summerall. We're looking at the storm that will form down near the Chesapeake Bay for 2 days from now. So what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, Thursday. So the reason I bring that up, our next storm system Friday, Saturday doesn't even exist yet. So we have a good idea how it's going to go down, though. I think confidence level is increasing. This area of low pressure becomes the main player, and that comes close enough to us that we'll get some heavy bursts of precipitation. Now, there's not a ton of cold air associated with this. Therefore, we're probably still tracking a rain snow line. There's really not much has changed in the forecast since last week with the storm. We're probably looking at the potential for some rainfall that will hold totals down at the coastline. You're seeing some of that on this graphic right here. Our best chance for maybe getting a half foot to a foot of snow is over the interior. There's going to be a battle line, I think, that always sets up from Sebago Lake up to Lewis and Auburn and up through Augusta, northern York County involved in that as well. And to be more specific about Sebago Lake, it's more the north and west side of the lake. Some interesting microclimates occur in that region. Regardless, though, it looks like our heaviest snowfall is going to be inland and mountains. I think the mountains could get a foot of snow out of this one. The foothills could as well. Rain's going to hold those totals down at the coastline, and it's going to get a little windy. We'll get some gusts 30 to 40 Friday night. We'll have to see how that plays out as well. I think this lasts into and through the day on Saturday. It looks like things start to wind down and lighten up by afternoon, though. So the best part of Saturday will be the second part of the day. I don't think we're going to get any sun, but I think the precipitation winds down at some point during the afternoon Saturday. And we're probably going to end with some rain and drizzle. That's how I think that Saturday system is going to work out here. So on the front end, we're going to get some snow Friday night, and that rain snow line is going to continue to work its way north into Saturday. And then the precip comes pretty light late in the day Saturday. All right, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning or 7:30, it's just mainly clear. There's the chance for a late day snow shower, but not every town's going to get one here. The bigger story tomorrow will be the wind. I threw the old arrows on there out of the northwest to show you. Winds will be gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. Air temperatures will be 30 to 40 degrees as well. It's nice when that works out, right? Notice some snow showers first in the mountains. See that little thing shaped like a banana there? That is a surface trough. See that? Right in there. That may bring a brief snow shower. Most towns probably miss out on that. Either way, though, it's there's a chance for one of those late in the day tomorrow, and the wind is probably the bigger story heading through the day on Wednesday. I think Thursday's okay, just mostly cloudy. Winds aren't much of an issue on Thursday. That's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the 30s and low 40s. I think Storm Tracker is running a little bit cold. I think we'll be closer to 40 degrees. All right, heading into the morning on Friday now. This is about 5:30 in the morning. The reason I want to stop this right here, notice the winds coming in on shore here. So we're probably talking about some ocean effect snow showers or maybe some rain showers through parts of the area. Whatever we get for precipitation, 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. on Friday should be very light. But the main event, that's going to be reserved for Friday day and into Friday night. And there's going to be a pretty good sharp rain snow line that is already developing here at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, this line is slowly going to work its way north during the Friday night and Saturday timeframe. So I don't think it's going to snow this entire period. So this is that battle line right in here from Sebago Lake to Lewiston and Augusta. It's probably one of those setups where even if you start as rain in some areas, as the precipitation comes down heavier during the course of the day Friday, we could be talking about some that changeover to snow as we call it dynamic cooling. A cooling effect takes place. So there will be areas that get snow out of this one. I just don't think the immediate coastline is going to be one of those that gets those heavy snowfall accumulations. It's probably about a coating to 3 inches in those areas. But half a foot to a foot of snow is certainly on the table as we go back through the hills and mountains here. We're probably talking about the rainfall holding totals down at the coast. If I had to put some numbers on these, my guess it would probably be about a coating to 3 inches here. Then it'd be like a 1 to 3 up in here. There'd be a 3 to 6 right here. And then there'd be a 6 to 10 right here. And there might be a 8 to 14 right here. And maybe up in here as well. Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Up in here. So that is an ugly looking map, isn't it? But the reason I bring that up, it's still pretty far out. It's Tuesday evening. We're talking about a Friday, Saturday storm. So we'll keep you updated as we get closer. Christian will have some numbers first thing in the morning. So it looks like we're probably dealing with lighter accumulations at the coastline. And those of you over the interior, those snowfall totals ramp up. So the best chance for half foot to a foot of snow is right in here. Those areas stand our greatest chance. There's going to be a battle line between rain and snow, I think. A lot of folks want snow, including me. I want some snow on the ground. I don't think it's going to happen. At my house, there'll be some snow, but I don't think there's going to be a lot. And I want a lot. I want enough to go cross-country skiing. And I don't see that happening. But we're still pretty far away. Hey, this thing shifts offshore a little bit more. It could be a much different setup. We could be looking at a colder scenario. All right, so tomorrow, no problems, partly sunny, a little windy. I guess that could be a problem, a little wind. Mostly cloudy on Thursday. Our storm is Friday, Saturday. And we're probably talking about the coastline getting snow and rain. The wind becomes an issue Friday night. And I think it's mostly rain at the coastline on Saturday. Inland areas, notice the temperatures are marginal. So that's going to be the tough part, getting a lot of snow at the coast, simply because the temperatures just aren't going to work out there. Those red icons, that's our way of saying, yep, heads up, there is the potential for some slippery travel due to some heavier snowfall accumulations. Best chance for a foot, again, will be in the mountains. So it's a weather-worn day for late Friday and into early Saturday. So that's how we think it's going to go down with this next storm system. Those of you just joining us on the Facebook Live and also on YouTube. What else we got here? Twitter. It's kind of fun to do all these, right? Maybe I can answer some of your questions. I have a little more time tonight. All right. Ernie says, just rain down here and 60 degrees. Everybody wants the warmth. It's winter. Come on. All right. It's winter in Maine. People should use it. You're used to it. If you've been a Mainer since the 60s or 70s and so, yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. You know, it's winter in Maine. We're going to get some wintry weather from time to time. I agree with you on that, Troy. Let's see here. Jacob says probably wind holds for the ski resorts tomorrow. Yeah, I think so, Jacob. Yeah. Some of the more wind problematic lifts could be on hold tomorrow. Absolutely. There is a wind advisory out for western parts of Maine. And I think there will be gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. And that's usually enough. I think a lot of the resorts try to play it safe in those sort of setups. When does it stop on Saturday? Sydney says. That's a question I have. I think early afternoon. And it's going to lighten up before. I could see one of those situations where inland areas it's snowing and then it ends as drizzle. So I hope that answers your question, Sydney. The afternoon or evening should be a lot better than the morning. That's how I think it's going to happen on Saturday. And many areas, at least along the coastal plain, are going to be seeing rain, I think, Saturday morning. Of course, we're still a few days out, and we'll update that as we get closer. I have a lot. All right. The only day I have a Christmas party, Pam says, Saturday. Well, is it Friday or Saturday? If it's Friday night, it's not great. If it's Saturday night, you might be in pretty good shape, Pam. All right. Good stuff. Snow in Kennebunk, Oswald says. Might get a little bit. It's more rain, I think, for you. Let's see here. You're tracking a dusting to an inch of snow. Yeah, it's probably at the coastline. It's probably a coating to 3 inches. So I hope that answers your question, Joe. Christmas shopping tomorrow morning, Troy says. Tomorrow morning's good. A little windy. When's the snow starting Friday? I think it starts off very light in the morning and it picks up late in the day. And it's probably going to be raining at the immediate coast. That's what we think that one's going to work out. Good old nor'easter. Let's see. Ernie says, let's see here. Thank you, Charity. Pete. I appreciate that, Pete. Thank you. Hello to Beth. Thank you to you too. We will get what we get depending on where we live. All right. We're guessing over a foot of powder in Carrabassett Valley, or Carrabassett, Klein says. Yeah, I think that seems to be a pretty good bet. If I had to put a few spots on maybe getting that foot of snow, I think Carrabassett Valley would be one of those. What you're thinking on snow totals in Waterboro? Waterboro. As you go into interior York County, 1 to 3. I have to look at that. Northern York County could get into the 3 to 6. I could see that. But my guess is Waterboro, the upper end of the 1 to 3, maybe 2 to 4. Thing is, you're going to deal with some rain, Dawn. So we'll get some numbers tomorrow. That's why we'll deal with it tomorrow, because our rule is we'll talk about some forecast numbers and we're 48 hours out from the storm, and that is tomorrow morning. So hope that answers your question. Hello from Augusta. Hello, Troy. Hello, Phyllis. All right. Hopefully I've answered all your questions here. We'll have more of these coming up. Tomorrow's Wednesday, a little more on Thursday, a little more on Friday. So we'll have some fun with this. Let's see here. Hope says, sorry coming in late, she says. Will Gorham be rain or snow? Gorham, I think, will get some snow, but you're probably tracking some rain as well. This is what it's looking like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. This is as far as this model goes, so I apologize. I'd make it go a little farther, but what's happening is this rain snow line is going to continue to work its way to the north and probably stop somewhere in here. And there's going to be a battle line between northern York County to Lewis and Auburn to Augusta. That's where the battle line is going to be late Friday into Friday night. So I hope that answers your question there. Will there be power outages Wednesday? There could be some scattered outages Wednesday. I hope that answers your question there. But, it's funny when you said power outages, that's something I didn't mention. If we get a pasty wet snow and the wind picks up Friday night, power outages there as well. That's a possibility Friday night. That is a very real possibility. As usual, right on the line of Raymond. Yeah, Raymond's one of those tricky spots. Sebago to Lewis, and it's that line. We always talk about it. All righty, folks. All right, you've listened to me blab on enough. Looks like we've gone on for about 15 minutes or so. More updates coming up tonight on CBS 1311. A little more updates then coming into the office as well. And Fox 23 at 10, Christian will have some new information, including some snowfall, some projected snowfall amounts going into our Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, that puts us at about 48 hours out. So there you go. Hope everybody has a nice night. Take care.